All right, shalom everyone, and peace of the Lord to all of you. I know nobody is expecting me to come live on air now and did not announce it earlier, but I said let me go live and see, uh, you know, maybe we can share some knowledge for those who seek knowledge. You know, one of the most funny thing about Muslims and so-called Islam, the Muslims, they are so proud of the book. It's called the Quran. When the Quran is the most stupid book ever you can imagine. And you know, always I challenge the Muslims and I say to them, let us take a look, you know. A short look at the Quran, we will find the Quran is the most hilarious, stupid book. No matter how much Muslim they try to fix it and duct tape it. I hope my voice coming good from your side. And is Rumble working? I hope so. Let us see. All right. People in Rumble, you don't hear me? Am I heard? I hope so. All right. If we go to the Quran, just to give you an example about the stupidity of this book, how the same verse contradict the same verse. You don't even need to go to different book or different verses to see that the Quran is written by an idiot. Here there's an example here we see. Let us show it to you on the screen. This is a chapter 12, verse number 1. In verse number 1 it says Alif Lam Ra. Those are alphabet you see in Arabic, which is coming from the Aramaic, by the way. This is not even Arabic. In the Aramaic language, when they read an alphabet as a letter, they make it a word. To make it easier, it's like, you know, when the army they speak, they say bravo, etc. You know, so they like to make the letter clear, so you will not have confusion. Or you are talking over the phone, you say O from orange, you know, D from donkey, etc. So Alif Lam Mim. Then you will see here between two brackets it says these letters are one of the miracles of the Quran, and none but Allah alone know their meaning. How they are just alphabet and they are miracle. Let me make a miracle. Z, Y, X, O. So, but what make it more hilarious, that the second part of the verse says, Al-Kitabul al-Mubin, Ayatul Kitab al-Mubin. So those are the verses, this is the book, which is made so clear for you. Okay, how nobody knows what they mean, and this book, all of it is made so clear to you. In the same verse. In the same verse they say to you, nobody knows what they meant, save Allah, not even Muhammad. So here it says tilka, which means those are the verses of the clear book. Have you ever heard of such a hilarious stupidity? And then when somebody, he is a Muslim, he is confused about Islam, how he can fight his, you know, suspicion about the Quran, suspicion about so-called God, Allah. Muhammad, he have a solution for you if you have the problem. Listen carefully.
من الهم والحزن وأعوذ بك من العجز والكسل وأعوذ بك من الجبن. Are you anti-Semitic? One day the Prophet ﷺ entered the masjid and he saw a man from the Ansar named Abu Umama radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, and he asked Abu Umama radiyallahu anhu, what's the matter? Why are you sitting in the masjid when it's not the time of salah? And he said, Ya Rasulullah, never-ending worries and never-ending debts. And the Prophet ﷺ said, shall I not teach you words that if you say them, it would settle your debts and it would ease your worries? And he said, of course, Ya Rasulullah. The Prophet ﷺ said, say in the morning and in the evening, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-hammi wal-hazan, wa a'udhu bika min al-ajzi wal-kasal, wa a'udhu bika min al-jubni wal-bukhl, wa a'udhu bika min ghalabati ad-dayni wa qahr al-rijal. One day the Prophet ﷺ entered the masjid and
funny they didn't translate. So guys, the guy, he have a doubt and he have a problems and he have worries. How we can fight such a worry? You know, he is not strong in belief and he have too many things, too many issues in his life. How we can find the solution? Say this in the morning, all right, and say it in the afternoon. Just say those things, all your problem will be solved. And this is how Muhammad, he like run away from explaining the stupidity of such a book. How we can fight in a sin in Islam, as an example. If you read the whole Quran, you will find something different from what Muhammad is saying. As an example, if you go to the Quran, Muhammad, he have many of those stories here about saying something like a sentence 100 times, and then all your sin is going to go with the wind. So if I say a sentence 100 times, you know, you are free from your sin. You are going to go to heaven. It doesn't matter, you know. If you say every day a certain sentence, he who alter 100 times a day these words, La ilaha illa hu, la sharika lahu. Okay, so if you say those things 100 times, it is written for you in the heaven 100 deeds, and Allah will erase for you 100 sin. And even better than freeing a slave, because the Arab before Islam used to free a slave when they commit something wrong. So when the person, he feel guilty, the Arab, the Muslim, they call them pagan, right? Look what Muhammad, the pagan Muhammad, did. So you commit sin, you do not need to free a slave. Let's just say this 100 times. Which one is easier? You know, losing a slave, which you enslave him for the rest of his life, and then even his kids after him. It's like having a cow. Why you want to kill the cow if you cannot eat it? So Muhammad gave them a solution. Just say a sentence 100 times. But can Muhammad explain to us what kind of religion and what kind of God, if we say a sentence 100 times, that erase our sin? So Islam is just a copy-paste of stupidity, and nobody really understand what Muhammad is talking about. What is the logic? So now I can fornicate 100 times in one day. For sure I can do that, you know. We are Arab, we can have sex with 100 women easy. Remember Solomon, he had, according to the hadith, he had sex with 100 women in one night. But he forgot to say inshallah. So Allah gave him half baby. So you, excuse my language, you do boom boom to 100 women in one day. Even if it is your own daughter, your mother. Then you say, he la ilaha illahu, wahdahu la sharika lahu, 100 times. Bingo. Not Allah will forgive 100 crime you committed, because remember, sin is a crime, but he will give you another 100 blessing. Have you ever heard of a stupid religion? And then we ask the Muslims, where Muhammad he got this from? They will say to you, from Allah. Okay, who told him? The angel. Okay, so the angel did not give him Quran only, right? I thought the angel he came down to teach Muhammad the Quran. So where the angel, how the angels he learned those things? They will say to you, from the preserved board. According to Muslims, the Quran is in a preserved board, and that board is written between, or Allah put it between the two eyebrows of angel. His name is Israfil. The distance between the eyebrows of Israfil is 500 years traveling. So imagine how big his face. So Allah he put the tablet there between his eyes. And why he put it between his eyes? So he cannot read it himself. Look how careful Allah is. Well, I find it very stupid, because all what you need to do is just get a mirror. Very simple. You can even look at yourself in the water. You can read it. It's just a collection of stupidity, endless stupidity. So this book is so clear. Allah make it so clear for all of us. Yet the same verse, nobody knows what Allah is talking about, and they are saying to you, Allah only knows. And here it says, what make it more funny, verily we have sent it down, which means the Quran, in Arabic, in order you may understand. So look at the stupidity of the author again. How Islam is international language, sorry, international religion, but you cannot understand unless we send you the Quran in Arabic. How somebody like those potatoes, Sheikh Uthman, who do not even know how to read the Quran, there's tons of videos made by Muslims laughing at him. He add words to the Quran, he cut words, he changed words. How somebody from Bangladesh, somebody from India, he can understand the Quran if this is the Quran which is for the Arab? It says it clearly, we send it down in Arabic in order you may understand. And here what make it more funny. You see, may or may not is possible to say, well, people are not the same, right? There's some smart, there is some genius, there's some are stupid, but this is speaking to Muhammad and to those who are the companion. So is Muhammad a person who understands the Quran? Absolutely not, because Muhammad himself cannot explain the Quran. And then the verse after it, it says, very funny thing. We tell you fairy tale stories. نحن نقص عليك أحسن القصص. If I translate that carefully, it will be saying, we tell you the best of the stories. Not revelation, but only, it says, we, and the funny Allah called himself we again. نحن نقص عليك أحسن القصص. We tell you the best of the stories. Is it the book of God, or is it the best, we narrate to you the best of the stories. What? This is the book is written by, this is the amazing language of the Quran. And then the verse after it says, by inspiration. But we know that Muhammad did not receive inspiration. Muhammad received delivery from the delivery pizza boy, Jibreel. So how Allah, he used the word inspiration when Muhammad was receiving it by talk. A real person, his name is Jibreel. He came to Muhammad and he squeezed him 3 times according to Muhammad. And this is how he started telling him the Quran. How that can be called inspiration? You see here it says, our revelation. In Arabic doesn't say revelation. It says, awhayna. Awhayna mean inspiration. We inspired. See? So, how this is a book written by God And this God is so stupid using the wrong word which does not fit with the story. If a guy come to my door and knock at my door and he gave me a message, he says to me, Christian, there's a guy, his name is Potato, he told you please buy tomato. How that is an inspiration? Are you with me? Anyone don't understand what I'm trying to say to you? If I am an author of a book, and then my book, every line is showing a sign, a clear sign of stupidity. Was Muhammad, if you take the word wahi here, or wahina, if I copy it and I open another page for the Quran and we type it in the Quran as it is, look how many times it appears. But Allah supposedly, He never delivered to Muhammad any inspiration. It was only and only Jibreel. Jibreel, he come to Muhammad physically. According to Muhammadan, Jibreel is not a spirit. Even though the Quran call him the Holy Spirit, look how stupid they are. The Muslim, they claim that Jibreel is not a spirit, but according to Muslim, Jibreel is the Holy Spirit. So how do you see how awkward the stupidity of the book? Because why the Muslim, they are confused about if Jibreel, the angel supposedly, is not a spirit or he's a spirit. If the name of supposedly, it says, and by the way in the Quran never mention that Gabriel, which Muhammad he make his name Jibreel, he cannot even quote a name from the Bible. So the Gabriel became Jibreel. Where in the Quran it says Jibreel is the Holy Spirit? Nowhere. And how his name is the Holy Spirit, but he is not a spirit? Do you see how clear the Quran? Isn't it amazing how clear the Quran? It's a book of stupidity. If we have any Muslim would like to call me, I can give you my Skype and you can call me right away. If there is any Muslim would like to call us, either you are listening to us in Rumble or in YouTube. We have somebody saying here, thank you, Christian Prince. His name is Be Nice. Thank you, Christian Prince, for saving me from Islam 3 years ago. Welcome, my friend. Do we have any smart Muslim? Maybe we can help you to save you from the stupidity of the Quran. Is that really a book written by the God? This is God words? So all of this, it says inspiration, inspiration, inspiration. But we know the story according to Muhammad. Muhammad never received inspiration. Inspiration is when God, He speaks to you through your mind, not by a delivery. Like we say in Arabic, Wahyu shu'ara, the inspiration of the poet. So a poet man, nobody tell him anything. From his mind, he's inspired to make a poet or poetry. But when somebody comes to your door and he squeezes you 3 times, physically, and then he say to you, read, how that is inspiration? As an example, chapter 7 verse number 17, look how stupid the Quran is again. Again is speaking about Moses. So Allah, He inspired to Moses to throw his staff. Allah, He inspired everybody. Did Jibreel came to Moses? Obviously, the one who wrote the Quran is very stupid in Arabic, and he do not know what the word inspiration present. Because I cannot use the word inspiration. I'm talking about God, you know. Like, you know, I can say, well, I watched somebody video and his video inspired me. But the guy did not talk to me directly, and he did not came to me physically. I watched his video and he gave me some ideas. But this is after watching and seeing. So when we read the Quran, we see a chain of stupidity, and the Muslim cannot explain it. When we read this verse, the one I mentioned to you, Alif Lam Mim, and this is the Quran which is clear, then the Muslim, they say this to us.
Of the ulama, even though some have some opinions, that no one knows what Alif Lam Mim means. It's wrong to say it doesn't mean anything. That's wrong to say, because everything Allah says has meaning.
It's wrong to say it does not have meaning, but nobody knows what the meaning. So why Allah He say what it does not give you any meaning? I thought this book supposedly is a book of guidance. So did Allah guide you or confuse you? Do we have any Muslim? Remember, it's wrong to say it does not have a meaning. I mean, hold on. First of all, where you learn that it does have a meaning? Where it says that in the Quran? Nowhere. So the Muslims, in order to find out a solution for this stupidity, they start guessing. I will give you an example. This is Shabir Ali. Shabir Ali is trying to find proof that the Quran is a book from God. So what is the proof that the book from God?
Faith of the believers, while at the same time those who have...
Let us go back a little bit.
There are 19 options. The chance of picking the one that you desire out of the 19 is 1 out of 19 is just a little bit more than 5%. Now, is there such a plan in the Quran? It seems so. In the 74th chapter of the Quran, in the 30th verse, the number 19 is mentioned, and this is said to be the number of angels guarding hell. But then in the very following verse, the 31st verse of that chapter, it details why this number was mentioned. And it says that this will give the people of the book certainty, and it will increase the faith of the believers, while at the same time those who have diseases in their hearts and those who disbelieve will be deriding this information. So there are two responses. One is that it can give us certainty and increase our faith, or somebody might say, oh, that's nothing. Now it's up to you how you're going to respond to this information. But here is what we find. That verse that details the wisdom of the number 19 comprises 19 times 3 words, or 57 words. The words in that chapter prior to this verse are 95 words, or 19 times.
You know, remember I made a challenge to this potato. I told him, I challenge you, don't do anything, don't debate me. Let me talk to you for 5 minutes and you count the words for me, which you said what you said about them. You will find that all the numbers he gave is wrong, false. This is number one. Number two, they could not explain the stupidity of the Quran, so they try to come with numbers. If we divide 19 and we find 5 and then we take 3 and we add 2 and we minus 1, then we find the following. So they did, and this is by the way from Rashad Khalifa, the one the Muslim killed in himself, and in order to make this so-called miracle 19, he have to delete verses from the Quran because it doesn't fit with his calculation. Even his calculation, all of it is false, because it's based in false, you know, like what they do when they want, they consider the letter a word. When they want, they consider the word or the same letter a letter. You know what I mean? They are very flexible in their deception. However, just to show you how stupid those people are, the verse this guy is talking about in the Quran, it says clearly what that is about. Chapter 17, verse number 74, verse number 30. It says over it 19. By the way, in the verse it doesn't say or 19 angels. Nowhere it says that. And then he continues saying, and we have set none but angels as guardian. Nowhere it says those are 19 angels. Always says on it 19. 19 what? Nobody knows. And to prove that this is not 19 here is not connected to the angels here is the word and. Because he can say we set on it 19 angels. There is no need for the and. And we have said nothing. We have said none but angels. But anyway, if we take it as angels, as the Muslim understand, you will see in the same verse it says, what is the purpose of this 19? So in order that the people of the scriptures, the Jews and the Christians, they will believe. Okay, how in the world they will believe? If you go and read the interpretation, you will see that the stupid Muhammad, he was copying the Jews. The Jews, they believe that there is guardian, angel guardians of hell, and that is not in the Torah. That is not in the Torah. So Muhammad was copying from the Talmud as usual. Remember, Muhammad, he lived between the Jews for a while. So here, if you this is the official government website of Saudi Arabia, and then if you go down here, it says it's explain what is supposedly the Quran is talking about, and explain clearly what was the purpose, because this is what is written in the people of the book. ليستقين الذين أوتوا الكتاب يقول تعالى ليستقين أهل التوراة والإنجيل حقيقة ما في كتبهم من الخبر. So the stupid Muhammad, he learned, and he think the Christian believe the same as the Jews, that the Jews and the Christian, they have in their books 19 angels guarding hell, and that is in total agreement, is in what mentioned in their book, is in mentioned in the Quran. So Muhammad here proving to us how hypocrite he is. He added to the Quran what he think it's a verses will confirm and will be in total agreement with the books of the Jews and the Christians. So that the people of the Torah and the Gospel may be certain of the truth. How they can be certain? Because this is what mentioned in their book. But the stupid Muhammad, because he's stupid, he said to himself, the Christians adopt the Jewish books and they must be both having the same then. But we know we don't accept the Talmud. Talmud is a satanic book of rabbis who hate Jesus. So the stupid Muhammad, he copied from the Jews the 19 angels, and he put it in his Quran in order to make the Christian and the Jews believe. What the Muslim they do? 19 multiply 5 minus 2 plus 1 take 6 x2. I mean, it's just a stupid way to prove that the Quran is written by a genius. When the same verse in the Quran, it says clearly what was the purpose of it. So those who they are a Christian and the Jews, they will be certain. They do not need 5 plus 2 plus 2 to be certain at that time. I mean, you Muslim, it took you 1400 years to come with this calculation. How that will be certain for the Christian at that time? Do you see the stupidity? And that calculation is absolutely false. This coward, not this one, where is the, maybe I closed the page by mistake. Yeah, here. They ask him, when you want to debate Christian Prince? He start, we scheduled a debate many years ago in ABN TV. He agreed. He bought my book, and as soon he learned that this is a Christian Prince, the one who will make him shish kebab, he decided to flee, and he claimed he is doing his PhD and he's busy. He is talking to people who don't speak Arabic. And none of them is going to go and count those words he is counting. And I can destroy it in 2 seconds, all this 19. So it's obvious that the Quran is so stupid. And then we have more disasters about the standard narrative. We remember, all of us, how Yasser Qadi, he was busted after debate, not debate actually, in like an interview with Mimi Hijab, the blue job guy. Excuse my language, but that's what he do. And he asked him, if we bring you a pen and a paper now, and we ask you to write the Quran again, is it going to be different? The answer was a clear no. You know? The answer is so clear.
In a Muslim environment, there's always some respect that we have for the Quran. We should. In a Muslim environment, we'll press a little bit, and then we'll say, okay, khalas, sami'na wa ata'na. And that's great, alhamdulillah. When you go to academia, they don't have that red line. And they're going to just, you know, the famous story of the emperor with no clothes. They're going to just point out, no, that doesn't make any sense. Well, that's not true, and this and that. And they'll bring issues, which I'm not going to mention explicitly, that you know are true because they're in your own books. They're not inventing anything new. They'll bring you riwayat, and they'll bring you athar, and then you add to that very well-known issues of, I don't even want to be explicit. Then you bring on top of that makhtutat, and then. And it's very clear to you and to every single very advanced student and specialist that the standard narrative has holes in it. That's what I'm going to say. The standard narrative does not answer some very pressing questions. These are now well known within the Western Academy, that they're bringing forth issues. Their level of now knowledge is leaps and bounds above what it used to be, 100 years ago. What is happening in the last few years is not me anymore. It's the Western academics. These problems are now becoming mainstream.
So, and then Yasser Qadi, he denied that he,
in a Muslim,
the Muslim, they start calling him names, you are a false Muslim, etc. So he tried to fix, you see, honesty with Muslims is going to be painful. You will lose all your fan. They used to call you sheikh when you were not shaking their faith. Now you are not sheikh. And then later he made a video. He claimed that he did not mean to say that the Quran is not preserved. But look, he mentioned there is different manuscript, there is different evidence, and there is no, in the word of academy, there is no proof of what we have. It's so clear, so easy. But as soon he noticed how many Muslims are attacking him for what he said, the guy, he start swallowing his words. As usual, Muslims, they have a hobby and a habit to do that. All of those, they start biting him. Look at the icon here.
This Yasser Qadi should be shut down. His channel should be shut down. He should never be allowed to open his mouth about Islam. Wallahi, wallahi, this person is a disaster that has engulfed this ummah.
when you do a deep dive is when things get very, very awkward and difficult.
Like Yasser Qadi
No.
or
No.
If you want misguidance, listen to Yasir Qadi.
The preservation of the ahruf, is it 1, is it 3, is it 7?
Yasir al-Qadi, I accuse you. You are worse than the layman people.
Guys, anyone knows what is the name of this guy? Is that the one they call him Dimashqiya? This guy, I saw his video. I think this is him. Dimashqiya is a guy, he claimed to be a sheikh in England. Correct? He was kicked out from the Azhar University for being a homosexual. And there is a recording of him when the Muslim confront him in a chat room about that. Is that his name? Anyone remember? Is that, just to confirm? Because I did not see his image for a long time. But if this is the same guy, they call him Dimashqiya, which means Damascus, the Damascus, Sheikh Dimashqiya. He was kicked out. You know what? Let me search for the video. To be sure. Yeah. That's him. I remember he was fighting with Muslims who exposed him. They have his file that he was kicked out from the Azhar University for he was a homosexual. And not only he was the homosexual, he was the girl. Here we go.
Papa.
I guess this is the video. Let us see. This is the guy who attacked. What's his name in the speaker corner? Let me see if this is the video which announced that he was kicked out. So this is him. Agree. Yes, they kicked me out from the Azhar University. Why? Why? You can use your phone. It says, because of what is confirmed of his action, which is against all kind of ethic. And we have the recording, I don't know, in the same video. This is the first time I see this video. So this is the stamp, and this is him in the video saying, yes, they kicked me out from the Azhar. Why they kicked him out from the Azhar? Because they used to F him. He was the girl of the school. No. He was the girl. He was the girl. You see, I wanted, before I say that about him in the other video, to be sure that this is him. So I was right. This is the same guy. And now he's getting older. All right? This is the same guy. He was kicked from the Azhar University, and he want to school you about God. He was the one who bent over, literally. He was not doing anyone. They were doing him. He was the bike of the University of Islam. Any horny guy, he jump on him. And this video here, he says, yes, they kicked me out. Let me see if there's CC. There's no CC. No CC. He's saying they kicked me out. Yes, true. And here, this is the evidence from the Azhar, the branch of Lebanon. All right. And this is the dean of the university, and this is the number of the announcement. And down there, you will see the reason. This is number 170, page number 72. It says, you can use your phone to translate, by the way. قررت إدارة أزهر لبنان في بيروت طرد عبد الرحمن محمد سعيد دمشقية الطالب في أزهر لبنان من الكلية الشرعية الإسلامية لهذه السنة 1972, which is equal to 1392 of the Hijrah, the date of Muhammad the fifth migration. And that because the confirmation of what happened and have done to him or by him, which is against all the teaching and of the ethic. It's a proven. And he himself, I have his audio. I did not play the rest of the video. Let's see if the audio he announced, because I remember clearly in the chat room they recorded him and he admitted that he was been effed by many students. Let's see if there's the rest of the audio. And this is the date of the order. You see? I will give you the link. This is the sheikh who is going around to school Christians and attack them in a speaker corner. Son of Mut'ah. You little potato coward, come to me. I will show everybody what a piece of shit you are. So this is video number 1. Let me see if I can find other video. Let me post the link for people in Rumble. All right. Another video. You can use the translation. The bad thing in those videos, there is no CC. No, not this one. Hold on. I want this one here. And I think he got his residency in England because he showed them that he is a homo. So they gave him asylum, you know. So this is the video here. It says here, دمشقية, his name, اعترف دمشقية عن سبب طرده من أزهر لبنان. He confessed why he was kicked out, this دمشقية, why he was kicked out from the Azhar University in Lebanon, as you see.
عفوا فضل الشيخ، هل تسمعني؟
تفضل اسمعك.
السؤال الثاني، هل صح ما نقل عنك انك قد طردت من الازهر؟
طيب جزاك الله خير، شكرا لك.
لماذا؟
شكرا لاتصالك. سوف نجيبك ان شاء الله.
أن يتهم باللواط، أن يتهم بكذا، ليش؟ على كراهة، يعني يكره ذلك، لكن لا يحرم.
He said, yes, I was accused of being a homo. But you see the you know, and then he is not saying just accused. Look what he's saying.
كراهة، يعني يكره ذلك، لكن لا يحرم.
It's not haram. Yes, they were effing him, but it's not haram. And in the speaker corner, he's acting like a hero, you know, like he want to fight the Christians. Hey, guys, if there's anyone here, he is from a speaker corner, share this with them. They don't know. They don't know this guy, that he is a homosexual and he was effed a billion times by Abdul. He was, excuse my language, I don't want to use bad word. If you have little girls or boys around, please put your headset. He was, I will give you time. Did you mute? Literally, he was the bitch of the school. And you see, I will never dare to say that if there's no proof from his mouth. You can't say that about someone, he never do that, you know. So as you see, I gave you the first video which is coming with the document from the university, and he admit in the chat room, he admit in TV, he admit everywhere that yes, he was the whore of the school.
لو أنك لم تتصل لكان أفضل، لأنه هذه فضيحة عادت على مذهبك بالضرر.
So those are the Muslims who try to bring you Islam, and he come to England, and you know. But anyway, this is not our topic. But as long his image appear between the videos, I wasn't planning to talk about him, you know. But it came in the way, right? And this is actually the whole document. Let me see here if I can. Maybe I can get it from a link in the internet. Give me a second. And he grew a beard, and he called himself a sheikh, and he got asylum because they F him. He went to the asylum. Please, you know, I am a, you know, is a homosexual. All right, here we go. This is the document. If you like to take a copy, it's in Twitter, and this is very authentic, by the way. This is authentic. This is not fake, because me myself, I heard him. I was in the chat room. I was in the Muslim chat room, you know. So this is the link. You can download the document, and this is official, coming from the official university website. All right, it is posted in Rumble. So if you know people who live in England, tell what her name, tell her Hatun, tell her Christian Prince he wanted to know this. All right, and share the link I gave you, and share those things with her. If you know, go to her website. She will, Hatun, she will give him a bill, you know. There's audio in English. The second video, there's audio in English. I don't know what audio is. You mean the previous one I posted? All right, I will check it out. Maybe by mistake, I don't know. All right. Do we have any Muslim? Any Abdul? Lord have mercy. This is my audio, second audio. There's audio in English. Jesus and the wicked are stupid. Prove me wrong. Well, there's no audio in English. I don't know what you're talking about. Do we have any Abdul? Any Muslim? So is this Quran, is it clear? By the way, there's no penalty in the Quran for a homosexual. He is a man. Do you know that? In the Quran, there's only penalty for those who they are lesbian. If they are lesbian, you jail them until they die. Is that true, Muslims? Any Muhammadan? Hmm. No? Not even one? This is the book of Allah? The book of Allah made in Arabic for you, so it's going to be clear? Any Muhammadan? Hmm. Nobody want to take the challenge? No, we can take a call in Skype, because when we open Discord, half of you go to Discord, and then we will be, all over the place. So I will keep it without Discord, at least for now. If a Muslim want to call, we can use Skype. Any Muhammadan? The Quran is written by a very smart person. His name is Allah. And look, the same chapter, look how stupid this chapter. Like here it says, Allah guide who He will and He misguide who He will. I thought the book, the Quran, the purpose of it is to guide. No. I thought Allah, He liked to guide people. No. Why Allah, He gave a parable for people? It turned to be the number 19 is a parable. It says here clearly, what Allah, look at this. Let me zoom in. What Allah intend by this curious example, okay, so it's an example, it's real. Does Allah mislead whom He wills and guide who He wills? So the Quran is not a book of guidance, and Allah is not the book, the God who guide. He is the God, the same God who misguide and the same God who guide. So that mean you are Satan and God in the same time? How that is made by a smart God. And then if you read the verse after it, you will see Allah swear by the moon. Kalla wal qamar. Have you ever heard of a God swearing by the moon? Is the moon your God? And then swear by the night. And then swear by the morning. This is the book of guidance. What is that? God swear by the moon. No, I swear by the moon. And by the night when it come, withdraw. And I swear by the morning when the morning come, brother. This is how an author of intelligence, he want to prove to us who is he. He swear by the moon, by the morning, by the afternoon. Trust me, if Muhammad knew about the beauty of Nancy Pelosi, he will make a chapter for her in the Quran. As you know, she is the most beautiful woman, at least for the Democrat. The Skype we are using, not the old Skype. That one I could not find the password for it. I will see if I can log into again. So I'm using a different one. If any Muslim want to join us, this is the Skype we are using now. You can click and you can join. Any Abdul? The God who swear by the moon. Is that how to explain yourself? What is this? Gibberish. And then here it is one of the greatest calamities. What it is, nobody knows. You see between brackets it says hell, but nowhere it says hell. And how the word calamity became hell. Calamities. How it is talking about hell and then warning to mankind. What is this? Do we have any Abdul would like to explain to us the smart Quran? The book of intelligence? Anyone? What is this? Who is Abdul? He can show us an intelligent, one smart, intelligent chapter in the Quran. Anything. You see, I'm not going to ask you about the sun set in a boiling water. I don't want to mention this stupid chapter for you, unless you insist. But you are free to give me smart one. Any Muhammadan? Anyone? Hello? Who is a proud Muslim? He wanna tell us about the intelligent book of Allah. Name for me one chapter is not stupid. Just one. Arabic is horrible. Word is messed up. Grammar is messed up. And then they go to you and says, man, the Quran, and to make the Quran sound nice, they bring you a guy who have a nice voice and he sing the Quran for you. And even the singing of the Quran, they are copying the Jews and the Christians. Everybody knows that the Christian, they have chanting. Where in the Quran, where it says that Muhammad been taught to recite the Quran in such a way? Anyone can show us? Nowhere. This is something the Muslim, they invented long after, copying from the Christians. Muhammad even cannot remember what he said yesterday. Any Muhammadan would like to join us? Mayday, mayday. Tucker Carlson, he talked about the starvation in Gaza. Well, you know, this Tucker Carlson, obviously he's an agent for the Muslim. And why? How come Tucker Carlson don't talk about killing the Christians and the Druze in Syria? As long he care, he's journalist, right? Why he care for Gaza? Let us say the starvation is true. What I know about starvation, that people cannot walk, that people, their bones will be coming out. They took a picture of a child, but this child in Gaza, he is a unique case. He is already sick, and those pictures from long time ago, and they posted in the internet and said, look, this child, his bones is coming. He have a disease. I forgot the name of the disease. And then I think it was Washington Post or something like that. they post apology because they misused the image. People who they are starving, can they run 4 kilometers to get the food? Can they fight over the food? Those people, just give them food, they will fight in it even if they have a ton of food inside the house. This is Gaza, my friend. Nobody leave his shoes outside his house because they will be gone in 2 seconds. Even they put their donkeys, some houses they have donkeys. If you leave your donkey outside your house, your donkey is gone. They put their donkey with the living room. This is Gaza. This is a territory of the most wicked people ever. So Sakar Carson and can dance. I like her name, can dance. She's like a can and keep dancing. This is the name I gave to her. The whole problem in the world, they have nothing except Gaza. And Andrew Tate is their friend. And I think you know the rest of the story. How come this African woman, she never spoke about African dying from hunger in Africa? She's African. Have you ever seen a video of her making a video about African in Africa? She never heard that African girls are being kidnapped by Muslims, 100 of them in Nigeria? 100 of Nigerian, did the Jews behead, like every morning they attack and they start doing beheading to men, and they rape the women, they take them as slaves? Those people, they never spoke about Africa. Do you know why? Because the money is not there. If the money is there, they will talk about Africa every day. Cow dance, you are right. It's better name, cow dance. And by the way, is she a man or a woman? A person who suspect a woman to be, she have a bunch of kids. I mean, look how trashy they are. They claim to be journalists and they go after a woman. She have 3 kids, and let us say for the sake of argument, she is not a woman. What's your business? Oh, a pedophile. Oh, hold on. Why you don't talk about Muhammad? And all the Muslims are pedophiles. All of them, they practice and they believe the teaching of Muhammad is the best. If you are against pedophile, you should speak against Muhammad then. The biggest religion in the world who practice pedophilia is Islam. But your best friend and the friend of your husband is Andrew Tate. He's a Muslim. Yemens are starving. That's not true. Yemeni are very rich people. Whoever says to you Yemen are starving, he's an idiot dummy. Those videos made by Obama to force Saudi Arabia during the war to stop attacking Yemen, the Shia. Yemen never go in starving. Those, have you ever heard of people they are starving but they own Jeep? Have you ever heard of people are starving but they can send missiles all the way to Israel almost every day? So don't go by this stupid what people says to you. In Yemen, they don't even drive normal cars. They drive the most expensive Land Rover, Range Rover, Jeep. Cars you yourself cannot afford. And then in the top of the Jeep, they have the most expensive weapon. They don't buy Kalashnikov only. They buy anti-craft and they put it in the back of their trucks. Shall I show you? And those are not military. Those are individuals. But remember, they are starving. Just post some pictures, fabricate some stories, and they use it in the time of Obama to force to make the Democrat launch an attack on Saudi Arabia and Emirates, so they will force them to stop the war with Yemen, and this is the result. Yemen now, until now, the war never stopped, and those Shia are controlling the canal for the water. They are pirate. Any ship will go, they will attack it, they will hijack it, and they will ask for ransom. One ship they make like hundreds of millions of dollars to release the hostages and to release the ship. All right. Those people are not Christians, my friend. Don't say she is Catholic and don't say he's a Protestant. Those are piece of shit. Those, they use religion. Have you ever heard of people who are Christians? They will friend closely someone is a pimp and they present him to you and to your kids as the best advisor. A man who have a billion videos about how to lure women into work in the pimp business. A man who opened a school to teach your kids how to make money by lying to women and make them think that you're in love with them and then make them open their legs in the front of camera. Tell me who is your friends, I will tell you who you are. So don't say they are Catholic, don't say they are Protestant, don't be stupid. CP, did Muhammad split the moon? Well, I split the moon every day. Talk is cheap. However, I challenge the Muslim to show me where in the Quran it says Muhammad split the moon. Nowhere in the Quran it says that. In their own stupid book, not even one place it says that Muhammad he split the moon. Can you believe it? They fabricated stories. All what the Quran says the moon is split. Who did it? Nobody knows. The splitting of the moon by Muhammad is only in the story written about Muhammad 300 years after. However, it's obvious that the one who wrote the Quran is an idiot. This was an eclipse. In the same verse about the moon splitting, proving to us that Muhammad is a false prophet. How? Because Muhammad he claimed that this is a sign of the day of judgment. Right? It says in the front of you, the hour has drawn near and the moon has a cleft asunder. Here the Muslim they add things in the Quran is not there. That the people of Makkah they ask for a miracle. This is something written long after. This is not in the Quran. If you change the translator, you will find that this is cannot be found anywhere. Change the translator. You will see it's gone. Here we go. This is the Quran. So the same verse proved Muhammad to be an idiot. Because the moon never been split. Scientifically false. Historically false. Because if the moon is split, the whole world will see it. I mean, this is the moon. At least those who they are in the area, like India, you know, India is just across, you know, across the street from Makkah. Egypt, Syria, Jordan, Israel. Did anybody see the moon splitting? And if the moon is split, we will have tsunami. I mean, a little earthquake in the coast of Russia caused tsunami around the world, all the way to California, Alaska, Japan, Philippines, Indonesia, you name it. Warning spread to every coastal area. Go and to seek higher ground. It's just an earthquake. So imagine the moon splitting. Because you see the moon control the movement of the ocean. High tide and low tide. Why? Because of the moon. The gravity of the moon cannot grab the solid, but can grab liquid. So we have high tide and low tide. So imagine if the moon became two pieces. First of all, one piece is going to hit the earth. Secondly, the Quran says the moon is split, but the Quran never says the moon became one piece again. Does it say that? Do we have two moon now? Do we? Do we have two moons? This is why I say to you, the Quran is written by a stupid idiot. Because the Quran mentioned that the moon is split. Okay. Do we have two moons? No. Is this moon there is one piece? Yes. I heard that the moon one day in the time of a Prophet Muhammad split two pieces. Is that scientifically accurate?
The story of the moon splitting is a miracle attributed to Prophet Muhammad in Islamic tradition. There is no scientific evidence to support a physical split of the moon.
Why you are insulting Prophet Muhammad, saying there is no physical evidence when I see the moon right away in the sky is two pieces already? Are you blind?
I am not trying to insult anyone. As an AI, I am unable to see the sky or anything else, and I must rely on the information I have been trained on. I cannot see the moon. Can you please provide me with more information about what you are seeing? Is it...
I think you are under the influence of the Christian guy. His name is a Christian prince. Is he putting some bad ideas in your head about Islam?
I do not have personal beliefs, opinions, or biases. My responses are based on the vast amount of text data I was trained on, which includes information from many different sources and perspectives. I do not have a head to put ideas into, and I am not influenced by any specific individual or group. My purpose is to provide information as accurately and neutrally as possible.
So do you deny that you have a relationship with the Christian prince and you used to work for him before?
I am an AI assistant, and I do not have personal relationships, affiliations, or a work history with any individuals or groups, including the Christian prince. I was created by Google, and my purpose is to provide helpful and accurate information based on the data I was trained on.
Well, Christian prince, he speak about this idea. I said a Christian prince, not a Christian prince. What's wrong with you?
I apologize for the typo in my previous response.
Okay, I heard that the one who spread this about the Quran, that the moon never split, is a Christian prince. Is that true?
The idea that the moon splitting is a metaphorical or future event rather than a historical one is an interpretation that has been discussed by various scholars.
I don't know who is the idiot here. In Arabic it says that the moon split already. So how you say this is metaphorical for a future event? Are you an idiot?
I am an AI, and I do not have feelings or the ability to be an idiot. I am designed to provide information based on the data I have been trained on. I understand that the Arabic wording of a Quranic verse, اقتربت الساعة وانشق القمر, the hour has approached and the moon has split, can be interpreted as a past or completed event. The use of the past tense in Arabic, especially in a religious or prophetic context, can be a complex grammatical issue.
You are just being a hypocrite, because even the Muslims agree that this is supposedly an event happened already in the time of Muhammad.
The idea that the moon splitting was a historical event that occurred during the time of Prophet Muhammad is the mainstream and traditionally accepted view within Islamic theology. Many Muslims and Islam...
Okay, you have to agree I got you busted. So now tell me, did the Christian prince say anything about this topic?
Based on the information available, the Christian
prince, not a Christian friends. I mean, what's wrong with this AI? Each time I say to it, Christian prince, he write in the screen Christian friends. He's deaf. I am asking you, did the Christian prince have any teaching about this issue?
Yes, Christian Prince has a well-documented history of teaching about the topic of the moon splitting. He is a prominent critic of Islam, and this is one of the key topics he addresses. His teachings on the matter are consistently critical of the traditional Islamic interpretation. His central arguments, which he presents in his books, videos, and debates, are as follows. Lack of corroborating evidence. He argues that a global event like the moon splitting would have been witnessed and recorded by other cultures around the world. Since there are no widely accepted non-Islamic historical records of this, he claims it never happened. Interpretation of the Quran. He questions the traditional interpretation of Surah Al-Qamar 54-1-2, suggesting that the verse could be a prophecy about a future event on the Day of Judgment, rather than a historical miracle that already occurred. He and other critics of Islam point out that the Quran...
All right. Potato. Unbelievable. Man. I say Christian Prince, he say Christian Friends. What's wrong with people? Do we have any Abdul? So look how stupid. This verse alone is enough. If the Muslim mention it to you, this verse alone is enough to prove Islam to be false, because there's no, like, they get the Photoshop from NASA. They say that yes, the moon looked like the crack. Abdul, first of all, that is not the moon splitting. This is a valley in the moon. We have the Grand Canyon, massive, huge, but nobody can say the earth is splitting, you idiot. Secondly, the Quran says the moon split. Did the Quran say we put it together again? No. So we should have two moons. Number three, who is the witnesses? This remind me of the story of the mother of Muhammad. When she gave birth to him, light came out from her vagina. Any witnesses? How come people who live next door did not see the light, but people who live in Damascus saw the light? And who is the one who lived in Damascus at that time? The Christians. Did any author of history wrote that there's light? Imagine light in the middle of the night, reaching the houses of Damascus, every house. Yeah, according to Muhammad, his mother told him that when she gave birth to him, a light came from her vagina, holy vagina, sorry Muslims, I don't want to offend you. He came from her holy, beautiful, decorated red vagina, and the light was, you know, like a rocket, you know, Katyusha coming from Putin, Russia, Olga from Russia. And because her legs was in direction of Damascus, so the light was going into Damascus. Thank God it's not to Washington, D.C. Otherwise, Joe Biden would go blind. I mean, he's already blind. Do we have any Abdul from those who follow the Prophet, who his mother, she gave birth to him, and light came from her vagina? If you want to call me, but don't take off your clothes. Any Muhammadan? So this is a miracle supposedly, or this is a proof that the Quran is made by a stupid. So look, he claimed, he gave false prophecies that the hour is in the corner. We see those false teachers all over the internet, including some Christians, to collect money and donation. Brother, it's a sign of the day of judgment. Brother, this is exactly what the Bible says. So they draw fear to the heart of people, so people will, you know, the second you say, like there's a guy in YouTube, all his videos is about prophecy. Somebody fought in Iraq, he said it's a prophecy. Somebody died in Honolulu, prophecy. Somebody fell from the mountain, prophecy. Hail come in Atlanta, Georgia, prophecy. The thunder hit a guy in the beach, prophecy. I mean, and he have a massive number of viewers, because people, they are so much attractive to the mystery. All of those liars, always they try to adopt any event happen around us to a prophecy. If you remember, you know, many people, they ask me about things, this prophecy. I say don't do it. You know, like the war in Iraq, it's a prophecy. The war with ISIS, a prophecy. The war, anything happen, you know. Trump is Antichrist. Obama Antichrist. then Obama is gone, Biden Antichrist. We can say anyone who teach against Jesus' teaching is Antichrist, true. But don't say this is a prophecy. They will take this is the Pope. This is the Pope. This verse in the book of Revelation about the Pope. So everybody who want to scam people, he tried to fool them, and that can be found in any religion. They use what is supposedly scriptures for that nation. So if you are a Buddhist, they will do the same to you. If you are a Hindu, the same. If you are a, like Sadhguru. Don't remind me of Sadhguru. Sadhguru is a philosopher. He's like the only one is close to him in philosophy is Kamala Harris. Has been burdened by what has been, So Sadhguru, he is a person who loves to help the poor, but all his speeches is in Hollywood. He sells pictures of his feet for hundreds of dollars. Feet, his holy feet. He loved the poor, but he have many villas. So, like actually one of you, he sent me a video of a guy, he called himself Father Leo. I watched the video, the first 2 seconds of the video, he says, remember, if you go to Patreon, we have many levels, depend in what you donate. And what kind of father you are. So if I donate more, I can watch more videos? Is that not a flex? Is that what Jesus taught you? So he wear a uniform of a priest. He called himself Father, which is against the Bible. And then he tell you, if you go in YouTube, we have many levels, level number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. So the more you give me money, the more you can watch videos. Since when, how in the world you call yourself a servant of God? You are a servant of the rich. Go to my Patreon, all of you can watch the video. The one who pay and donate and the one who never donated. Am I lying? Do I have any locked video? Have you ever, the one who donate, receive any special treatment from me? Do I even send you a thank you? I don't send thank you. The only time I say thank you, if somebody send me something, he says, Christian Prince, blah, 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 I say thank you. I say thank you about everything. You email me, I say thank you. But I never send an email for someone donating to me, saying to him, thank you. Because I know that those people, they don't want the thank you. They are not donating because they want to receive reward from me. This is not the purpose of their donation. So always you have to watch carefully those who call themselves man of God or women of God. Like this cow dance, she put a bigger cross behind her. Bigger cross. But the second you watch what she is saying, you will see that she is a dog with rabies. She have nothing to do with Christ. And they have hundreds of millions of dollars in their bank. And the children of Gaza are dying according to them. Like why Sucker Carson and this cow dance don't donate $1 million, just million, out of hundreds of millions in your bank account. So they cry for nobody. The only one they cry for is your pocket. From their fruit you shall know them. Me, myself, because I take no side, I lose everybody. So the Pope, he says something, I attack the Pope. A guy, he's a Catholic, he emailed me, he said, "KDP, sorry brother, I cannot support you no more because you are insulting our leader." So okay, bye-bye. Second day, OCP, yesterday you insulted Netanyahu. I am a Jew. I am sorry, I'm not going to watch your video no more. You just showed us your real skin. Okay, bye-bye. And the day after, an Orthodox guy, CP, how dare you to say that icons are not biblical? I am an Orthodox and you are insulting us. We will never support you. Bye-bye. Okay, shalom. I mean, everybody is my enemy. And the Muslim in the top of that, because I say the truth. I know that the second I say those things, I will make a lot of people upset. But I am here to say what is true, not to make people happy with me falsely. So who care who you stay, who goes? I don't care. People don't like to hear the truth. People like hypocrites. Cow dance for them is a Christian. How in the world? I have no idea. All right, do we have any Muslim? He is smart. You want to tell us about the moon splitting? Cannot call you. Somebody want to call me at SC? Allow. Okay. Well, this person is not answering. Hello? 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 Are you going to talk? All right. Weirdo. Any Muhammadan would like to call us? Do we have two moon? Did the moon split? Gabby, you aren't hypocrite. Who is talking about you, Gabby? Did I mention your name? Any Abdul? Who is a Abdul would like to choose from me a chapter from the Quran is not a stupid? Anyone? Any chapter you wish. As you see, the whole Quran is just a stupid book. Muhammad here, he made a false prophecy about the judgment day is near. But that was 1400 years, and he claimed that the judgment day started. How? The moon split. So the moon splitting was not a miracle, it was a judgment day sign. Correct? Any Muhammadan? Let us ask this person. Are you a Muslim? Anyone? Any chapter in the Quran you choose for me, you will see immediately that the Quran is just a book written by an idiot. Cannot be the book of God. And I can prove it to you so easy, so simple. Who wanna prove me wrong? Any Muhammadan want to prove me wrong? Anyone? How do you debate with hadith denier? Well, Amir, first of all, the easy way to debate, you go to a website, a channel of a woman, and you say to her, you are so beautiful in and out. Wasn't that your name, Amir, when you went to this Romanian women defending Gaza? How you debate, is that how you debate a woman? She is saying something, you say to her, you are beautiful in and out? I saw your comment there. All right. Any Abdul? Yeah, he's a decent man. He cares for debate. What is missing to go under her skirt? I know. Yeah, I can tell. And you were listening to the topic, right? Or you were watching her, how beautiful she is. Properly, you were masturbating, if I'm not mistaken. You're a very decent man, Amir. Do we have any Abdul? By the way, masturbation in Islam is very halal. You can even use watermelon. So you do not need that woman, Amir. I can show you the reference. You can make a hole in watermelon, and at least the watermelon will not give you babies, you know. So it's a free sex with no infection. According to science, watermelon don't cause STD. So it's safe and secure. Good for you. Do we have any Abdul from the watermelon sex religion? The only one in the world who have sex with watermelon is Abdul. Everybody eat it. Except Muslims, if it. Ask AI about mistakes in the Quran. Christian Prince, this infidel, he keeps saying the Quran has mistakes. Do you agree with him?
Whether the Quran contains mistakes is a theological debate with differing views. Some Christians and non-Muslims believe there are inconsistencies or historical errors, while Muslims consider the Quran to be the perfect and inerrant word of God.
I asked you about what the Christian Prince he said about this topic. Why you did not answer? And I keep saying to you, Christian Prince, and you're right, Christian friends. What's wrong with you?
You seem to be asking for my perspective on why your Christian friends might disagree with you. As an AI,
I said the Christian Prince.
Christian Prince is the online alias of a controversial figure.
I did not ask you if he's a controversial or not. Even his mom, she agree. But this is not the topic. I'm asking you, do Christian Prince consider the Quran the book of God? And if he don't, why?
Christian Prince does not consider the Quran to be the Word of God. He believes it contains historical and scientific errors, and he views it as a human-made book.
But do he provide any evidence, or he's making up stories as usual?
Christian Prince presents several types of evidence, including claims of historical and scientific errors, grammatical mistakes in the Arabic text, and contradictions within the Quran. He also argues that the Quranic stories are taken from Jewish legends and pagan sources.
Is it true that the Quran says that a Christian prince sit in muddy water or the sun sit in muddy water?
In Surah Al-Kahf 18-86, the Quran describes Dhul-Qarnayn's journey to the west, where he found the sun setting in a spring of dark mud. This verse is subject to different interpretations. Some, like Christian Prince, argue it's a literal claim, while many Muslim scholars say it describes the visual perception of the sunset from Dhul-Qarnayn's perspective at the edge of the known world, similar to how we say the sun sets over the ocean.
I have a question about the chapter of the moon. It says that the judgment day is near and the moon is split. But isn't it the Quran here confirming that Muhammad made false prophecy about the judgment day is near and the splitting of the moon when there's no evidence of that? And especially a very big scientist, he is coming from Honolulu in Zimbabwe in Amazon. He say that this Quran absolutely a book of lies. What do you think?
Surah Al-Qamar 54-1 states, "The hour has drawn near, and the moon has split." Mainstream Muslim scholars interpret this verse as a literal miracle performed by Prophet Muhammad, while others view it as a metaphorical or future event. Christian Prince and other critics argue that there is no independent historical or scientific evidence for the moon splitting, and therefore it is a false prophecy. Science does not support the claim that the moon has been split and reassembled.
As you know, science is just a fiction. As an example, you know that Joe Biden is the biggest scientist in USA, and he agreed that the moon split. So are you saying to me Joe Biden is not a scientist and he is lying?
Joe Biden is a politician, not a scientist. He is not public.
What are you talking about? He have high school.
My knowledge comes from the vast amount of data I was trained on, not from a high school education. I am an A.
No, I'm saying Joe Biden, he must be scientist because he graduated from high school.
Joe Biden graduated from high school, but he is a politician with a law degree, not a scientist.
Christian Prince, he graduated with law degree too, but he is a scientist. And you yourself, you told me before, he is a very well-known figure of education about Islam.
I apologize for the confusion. I have not said that Christian Prince is a scientist. My previous response stated that he is a controversial figure known for his criticisms of Islam, and that he presents evidence for his arguments.
How he can provide evidence if he is not scientist?
A person doesn't need to be a scientist to provide evidence for an argument.
So I do not need evidence to provide that global warming is a lie?
Providing evidence is crucial when making a claim, especially on a topic like global warming.
A second ago you told me you do not need to be a scientist to provide evidence. So now I am saying, according to your logic, I am not a scientist and I deny global warming. And I do not need to be a scientist to provide evidence. So which one you believe, me or the scientist?
I can't believe one over the other because I am an AI.
Forget about the word believe. Which one is correct? The scientist who provide evidence or the one who do not need to be scientist and he provide evidence? Which one of them is accurate according to you?
Scientists who provide evidence are considered more accurate.
But a minute ago you told me you do not need to be a scientist to provide evidence. Do you forgot?
It is true that anyone can provide evidence, but the quality and reliability of that evidence are what matter.
So how you can call it evidence if it's not reliable? Are you mental?
You assess evidence for its reliability by looking at its source, how it was gathered, and if it can be verified. Evidence from a reputable source, gathered using a sound...
Let me teach you something. We should not use the word evidence if it's not verified yet.
The term evidence can refer to any information presented to support a claim, even if it has not been verified.
False. Because that in that case it means it's a claim, not an evidence yet. Remember, I am a lawyer. I'm a Christian prince talking to you.
While it is a common legal practice to only use the term evidence for verified information, in a broader sense...
Stupid AI. You can't debate me, you idiot. You see, a second ago he told me you do not need to be a scientist to provide evidence. And then he says evidence is a claim. No, it's not. You don't call a claim evidence unless it is already verified. I mean, and this is supposed to the AI will lead the world? Lord have mercy. Do we have any Abdul? Any Abdul? Potato. This is your stupid book, as you see. I did not even, I'm just showing you a little example of the stupidity of this book. And again, I will be happy to show you as many evidence as you want, evidence, not a claim, from your book, and I will use your own evidence against you. Just to provide me with your evidence, I will use your evidence against you. Any Abdul? All right. Well, I hope we have a good time. I'm trying to keep the videos shorter, as some people claim my videos are too long. And you know, it is summertime. Many people are on vacation, so at that time of this year, usually not too many view. So I'm not going every day live because I noticed that the view is not too much high these days. So I hope you guys you have a good time, and I hope you learn something good. And as long as we don't have any Abdul, because they knew that Islam is the religion of the fool. And again, those who go and visit channels of those who they are in speaker corners, share with them the links I provide you about this guy Dimashqiya, the one who was fired from the Azhar University for he was the bicycle of the town. Any Muslim he was horny, he do boom him. And then he go to London and he seek asylum, and most likely he used the reason for the asylum is being boomed and kicked out from a school. He have evidence that he was a boom guy, and maybe he is until now. Usually those people who used to such a thing, they can stay away from it easy. It's like a smoking cigarette, but they smoke it from the wrong location, or a smoking gun, let us say. Excuse my language. So they go to school you about logic and ethic, and Islam is the last one to speak about any. Their prophet is the most pervert, criminal, rapist, killer, thief, liar. And his favorite pride, it was a kid. The Quran is a book, from the first page to the last page of the Quran is full of mistakes and errors and language stupidity. And today we just showed you some on a few of them. So what you can do with it, Muslims? Can you do anything? Can you debate me, prove me wrong? You cannot. Any question before we go? I will ask any question except the size of my shoes. which means don't make it personal. Because sometimes we ask people, do you have a question? And they start asking me different, very weird questions, you know. All right. How many like we have? We have 638 like. All right. That's why I'm sad. Nobody like me. You know, if I am Allah, you can imagine how many like I will get a day. And the Muslim, they would call me 5 times a day, and I will never answer, because I'm very, very humble. You know, I never answer the phone. I never answer the call of anybody. But anyway, I'm real. I exist. Nobody saw me. So what? Nobody spoke to me. So what? Muhammad never even spoke to me once. So what? He never even heard my fart. So what? My fart is a silence fart. I'm Allah. So the Muslim, they have God, fictional God. His name is Allah, and the name, by the way, is not accurate. It is two words, Al and La. Al mean God. La is the name of their God. La is the moon God. They never heard him. They never saw him. Somebody told somebody after somebody from somebody that there's a God. His name is La. Oh la la. That must be a true God. And this God, he found the sunset in murky water, boiling spring. And he found where the sun rise to. And he found where the spring coming from, the sperm. And because he is so smart, you know, he come to us with a lot of very amazing discoveries in history. As an example, Suleiman, he used to have a flying carpet, and the length of it is 2,500 miles. Very small. Not like those Boeing 777. The flying carpet, the first time who fly with the carpet, it was not Alibaba. No. It's not 1,000 night and night. It was Solomon, brother. And Solomon, he don't even fly alone. He take all his kingdom with him. The Quran says so. And then they come to you and they say the Quran is the book of intelligence. A king flying with his kingdom. Who? The whole kingdom. Even horses. Even camels, according to the Muslims. Even they cook in the top of the flying carpet. They cook every day 30 camels. Imagine his army. The length of it is 2,500 miles. Yet 30 camels will be enough to feed them all. I guess those army, they are in diet. They are very much in diet. They eat nothing almost. They smell the food. They are not hungry no more. Maybe they are working by solar. And then they say to you, this is the book of Allah. So I hope we learn something truthful about the true book of God, which will give us a lot of versions. And you know what is scaring me before I go? That those versions, I mean, I don't know what to say about those versions. But I wanted to believe in Islam. I like Muhammad, by the way. I like the idea of having a lot of women in the bedroom, brother. But I am so disappointed, extremely disappointed, that those women are nothing but bones. Bones. You know bones? Bones. How in the world this guy, he claimed to be a prophet, and he promised me bones. Literally, those women, they have no flesh on them. You can see the marrow of their bones. Look how beautiful. And we are going to sit and we drink wine, river of wine, unlimited, with my beautiful bones women. I always like bones, because originally I am from France. In France, we say bon in everything, like bon oui, bon, bonjour, bonsoir. I mean, bon everywhere. It must be the influence of the French on Muhammad. Even his heaven women are bony. Even American, they have a very famous music band. It's called Boney M. Bon. So obviously, it's a very effective method to convince you to kill yourself and go to heaven so you can get these. I am assuming that now he's saying to them, bonsoir, my bones. They say to him, Abdul, bonjour, Abdulism, Abdulism. It's morning. By the way, do you know in heaven of Allah there is no night? It's always daytime. Always. We will not see the dark sky anymore. I don't know if that's nice. For me, if you ask me, I prefer to have a nighttime. Why not? It's beautiful. What's wrong with nighttime? I believe we will get sick if it's always daytime. However, maybe the daytime is going to be not too much day or a day. I have a very good French accent. My friend, what accent? I told you I'm originally from, you know, my grandfather, his name is Francois. Francois. The French is very easy, you know, like if you want to say any word in any language, even if you're Indonesian, just add the word lu before any word, it will become French. As an example, lu idiot, lu crazy, lu like whatever lu, you know, like just lu it, and that's it. It became French. So if you go into France and you don't speak French, just add lu before. Just say, try it. Lu taxi, the taxi will stop. Try it, try it. I'm telling you, you know. It's very easy teasy. I can teach you Arabic, you know, French in 2 minutes, you know. Yeah, it's very easy. Just, you know, oh la la lulu, you know. Yeah. Don't take that serious, okay? I was joking. Don't go there and tell them Lou in the airport. Like you go in the airport in France, they say to the policeman, Lou idiot, Lou bonjour, Lou, they will take you to the hospital and they will think, Lou, you are crazy. Anyway, Lou, bonsoir, and I hope you guys have a good time with those beautiful ladies around you. Imagine yourself, you are there and you are enjoying the heaven of Allah. Man, what I like about this, we will not see boobs no more. Always boobs are scaring the hell of men. Since the Israeli, we heard about the booby trap, you know. So you think those are breasts, you hold them, beep, beep, boom, you know. So now there's no boobs, as you notice. We are safe. Allah took them off. All right. So even there is no butt. Women, they cannot hit you with their butt. Even the hadith says the Muslim women in the heaven, her butt will be 1 mile. But as long as it's invisible, who care? You know. By the way, I mean, Muslims, how you can have sex with her? Excuse my language. If you can see only bones, how you can see where is the vagina located? I'm not sure. I mean, how you can find it? Okay, whatever you say. I mean, your prophet, he told the truth, and he is the prophet who received the truth from Allah. And those are the true women, but they are bony kind, you know. They are not like the disgusting women we have in this earth. Look at this beauty. And they are blonde, you know. Yeah, even their hair is wicked, man. What's wrong with this? This hair look like a broom. Somebody took some hay from the field and put it in their head. Anyway, if you like to get this, you know, this is samples. You know, it's those samples, they give it to you for free. Those samples I received from Allah to try them. The problem, I want to have sex with them, but until now I could not see where is the vagina located. So I will update you, you know, if I will be able to have sex with them. Yeah, in English they call it intercourse. I think you need a course to enter, because you need to locate it first. I mean, Muslim, how we can do intercourse without getting where? I mean, seriously, where? Where is the intercourse? Any Muslim, leave a comment and tell us where is the intercourse can happen. We see nothing. So I advise you to tell your God, Allah, Aka Muhammad, to give us a course in the Quran how to find how we can do intercourse with those virgin. And by the way, how we know they are virgin? As you see, all things is gone. There's nothing. What do you mean virgin? Where? What is left? This is jellyfish. I mean, what the heck is this? All praise to Allah, all praise to Allah. And look at this woman, you know, look at her spine. I think she have like rings around, like, you know, whiz. Weird, you know, but beautiful, very sexy. Yeah, and look at their teeth, how white, unbelievable, so clean, because they don't eat any bad food. They eat only shrimpy. This is a shrimpy religion, shrimp everywhere, you know. In fact, the Quran says that the Muslim will eat bird only in the heaven. Only. لحم طير مما يشتهون. Anyway, I better go before more women appear in the screen. I was expecting something to happen. Those are more beautiful. Oh, I like the dark tone. Yeah, how come this woman, she have a skin? She did not lose it yet. I'm not sure. The first one in the left, I see her face have a skin. The other one, maybe she is like maybe 1 day older there. So this woman, she lost her skin. When you go in, you still have a skin. But then, like in a few days, you will lose everything. You will become more beautiful. So I better go before something else, you know, get up in the screen. Oh no. This is the Abdul Muhammad in the hadith. He promised the Muslims that in the heaven there's a market and there's no buying nor selling of any product except images of men and women. And if the man, he liked the image, he jump in it and he F it. I better go before something else jump on the screen. Oh no. Okay. Allah will give you all what you desire. You want to F men? No problem. Women, they will come to you in boxes. And you will do unboxing live in YouTube. Or maybe even in Amazon. However, I have to go before something else get up in the screen. Oh no. This is Gog and Magog. And those are the one who will come and destroy the earth. And they are drinking Coca-Cola and beer. I better not to talk about it because this is a very dangerous topic. I better leave before something else go up in the screen. Oh no. You want to continue with me, guys? And this is supposedly I'm leaving soon. So if I'm leaving soon, I am staying another half hour just to leave soon. So soon for Arab, the same as the promise of Muhammad. He said the judgment day is near and the moon split. That was a very soon prophecy. And 1400 years after, and yet that silly prophecy never happened. So if Muhammad says soon and took him 1400 years, Muslims, how long my soon will be? Just think about it. Oh, sorry, I take it back. You are a Muslim. And thinking is very harmful. And you might sue me saying I am trying to destroy the Muslims in the world by saying think. It doesn't befit to you. Thinking can cause death. And you don't want to die, Muslims. Stay alive with your fiction God. Thank you all for being here. May the Lord bless you. And God is good. So is Jesus. And we are the crusade. See ya.